Metaphiles.
Hello, welcome to Metaphiles. I'm Jason Ford,
Zach Caffrey.
and this is the podcast that talks to you. And tonight, we're going to do handshakes.
That's right.
All about them.
008. One better than James Bond.
Not sure if that's canonical. Canonical.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but in GoldenEye, James Bond is GoldenEye, he is fighting 006 and wins the fight. So it would only stand to reason that a 008 would beat a 007 in a fight on a big nuclear satellite controlling mechanism.
Yeah. It's like they're in spacesuits and they got their designations 007 on the outside.
Yeah.
And 007 sees 008 floating towards him. He's like, oh, pop. No, he just runs away. Better get out of here.
Well, I was being 008.
Well, I wasn't quick enough. You killed me.
Yeah. With my one fist.
That was one of the best James Bond movies.
GoldenEye.
No, the one that we just...
This
came up
one
with.
just now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be the name of that, you reckon?
A fist from nearby.
Ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da. Wow. Alright,
It's a fist from nearby. I'm like
naked women.
I'm Adele or someone.
Yeah. Well, you're doing good.
You can never escape it.
Guns, naked
If
ladies.
you thought that you escaped it, you were wrong.
Bow.
It's a fist from nearby.
Handshakes.
Handshakes. Let's get right into it. No t-shirt updates this week. I don't want to talk about it.
We don't have to talk about it. It's all right.
Good. I don't want to.
This is our prop for this week.
Yeah, let's...
I don't know what it is. It looks like the inside of my brain when I'm giving somebody a handshake and meeting them for the first time. And their name just bounces off of it.
Yeah. And maybe their face gets caught in here, maybe.
Yeah. It'll make its way back to the gray mush that's responsible for remembering names,
The grand
which I
mush.
think I still have most of.
That's the part of the brain that's in charge of
The
names?
gray mush. Yeah.
Oh, the gray mush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right. Out there.
Yeah. Segment 1, of course, handshakes as they relate to you and I.
Okay.
When I meet a person for the first time, I put my hand out. I don't even think about it. It's happened before. My hand is out before my brain, before my gray mush has made it so.
Even if somebody like sneaks up on you, you're like, oh my god.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody like sneaks up behind me, puts a gun to my back.
Yeah.
Give me what? I'm like, oh, here you go. No, sorry. Here you go.
Hey, I'm Zach. Oh. I don't have any money.
And maybe it's more of a Y handshake, but that's incredible that it's
On the
it's a
The
fundamental
reflex.
human reflex, yeah. From
yeah.
seemingly cave times.
First handshake ever. Well, you know what? We're jumping ahead.
I love that.
We're jumping ahead.
A little bit.
We're trying to. How does it relate to you?
Yeah.
Maybe you confront even surprising threats with a handshake, or anybody.
Are
Is it
you
really-
like me in that it's...
Yeah.
But are you also like me in that in a I'll go ahead and say post-COVID. I don't know if that's the term we're using, but
I'll allow it.
AC after COVID started existing.
God.
I am making somewhat of a mental shift. It's not reflex yet, but
Really?
somewhat of a shift into the bump. I can like feel my brain kind of rewiring.
Interesting.
Is that the same with you?
I can't say that it is, actually. And you know what? I don't recall recently seeing you do any kind of fist bumping.
Well, I mean,
Well, we don't really meet too many new people, do we?
I think that maybe I'm just like a more conscientious and observant person than you are.
That's true. I'm so conscientious. I wake up conscientiating about things.
Oh,
I wake up conscientiously.
you conscient
Yeah.
before breakfast.
Yeah, before I wake up, I'm like, is there anything I need to consider? All things considered
Yeah.
before I open my eyes and become conscious again.
In your sleep, you're scienting, and then you wake and you become conscientious.
That's how it usually goes most days, yeah.
Yeah. And this, by the way, is all dialogue from A Punch from Nearby. This whole episode secretly is the whole episode is that movie.
It's a bold new direction for James Bond, I have to say.
And for Metaphiles.
Yeah.
To just, we are James Bond movies from now on.
Sure.
And not even on the helicopters episode, which would have been too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, we're going to get to episode 10. We're going to have 0010. You know? That doesn't work. That's not right.
Well, no, it would just be named 010.
Yeah, but the double O is the prefix that is so, you know,
So you,
paired to the James Bond franchise.
but you feel like MI6 is like, we can only have 9 of these guys at a time.
So far as I've seen, yeah. Have you ever heard Agent 010? It
No,
sounds
but
like shit. They don't ever say it.
we wouldn't ever have heard.
Oh,
He is so far
it's
in.
classified. Ooh.
He drinks a cocktail we don't even know about, prepared in a way that's so specific. It's not shaken or stirred. It's pan-seared and atomized.
Pan-seared, cold-washed.
How's your uncle?
How's your uncle?
Hold the rice.
Hold the rice.
Whoa.
Rum chata.
I just almost fell off the Metaphiles table.
Ba-dum, ba-dum. The action.
That's the commercial break.
I have mixed feelings about this idea of doing a whole James Bond franchise as a podcast. I don't know.
Which, I mean, that's a perfect refusal of the call. So, you accidentally just made it an even better James Bond movie by not being sure.
That's like, yeah.
In classic Joseph Campbell,
Well,
The
I'm not
Hero's
good.
Journey.
I'm not good with women. So how about that? Looks like we're at a stop.
Oh, you're even more refusal of the call.
Yeah, I know.
We'll come back to James Bond.
I know how he feels. I'm telling you. I know how he feels.
This episode is going to be Handshakes / James Bond.
Yeah. They you know they have a secret handshake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Secret handshake.
Absolutely. And I feel like it has something to do with the pinky being out the whole time.
Because they're British.
Yeah, and because they're meant to be very debonair. Even though James Bond's like just a big drunk.
That's pretty debonair.
I guess so.
Who's the last debonair you met? It wasn't
The last...
shit-faced.
Well, I'm going to have to say it's never happened.
Yeah. Hell of a movie we're doing here.
It's excellent. We're creating mysteries that we will have to solve. There's intel that needs to be gathered.
For sure, a t-shirt. For sure.
Yeah.
So, well, okay. Have you ever had an abnormal handshake with a friend? Have you ever had?
With a friend?
You know what I'm saying? Like, people have their own handshakes. They ever
Did I ever have one where we go like that and then that and then just sit around?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have that one with you.
Mm.
It's so abnormal that you are not a part of it at all. But it is our handshake where I go like that and like that and like that and do like that, and you just have your hands clasped politely on your lap.
With a phone, recording you and posting it to TikTok.
Are you TikToking me right now?
Nope, my phone's right here. It's I'm just saying it kind of looked like a TikTok dance, but
I feel like there's an unsolicited TikToking subplot now. I do have one. With a fellow left-handed person that we created as left-handed people.
Good.
That is only for lefty-handed people.
Good.
And
Keep
so
it
I
away.
can't show it to you, and I can't show it to the cameras because it's for lefties only. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
in researching handshakes, in the first paragraph that I looked at, the right hand is considered good etiquette when shaking hands throughout almost the entire world. So, you all have it. You get it. You have everything. You get everything. You righties.
Do you ever just shake with a right just for the just to
Well,
you know?
when I even in giving my example of it,
Mm-hmm.
I put the right out because it's been ingrained into me.
Do
by
you even
right-handed society?
remember your own name at this point? I can't imagine shaking with people with my left hand. I'd rather move out into the woods like Ted Kaczynski.
That was going to be my guess what my name was. It's not that, though. Kaczynski.
Well,
Ted
you-
Kaczynski.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think postal action involving the post office would make for a very good James Bond movie.
Yeah, you don't really ever see a super spy buying stamps. Yeah, doing that. Pardon me for a moment. Oh, I hate when you don't get it quite in minutes. Do you have a super secret handshake with anyone other than ours?
I did have one with a friend. We would do the whole thing where we go, pow! We'd do like this. Thanks for going righty for me. And then we'd like hook, right? And then pull really hard. And then like let it snap back.
You snap back. Oh, okay. Look, I know this is between you and your friend, and I'm not trying to cuckold your friend. But can we do it? And when you go back, right into Rust Bowl. Do you not want to sully the Rust Bowl this way?
It's going to besmirch the pole. Don't besmirch the pole.
Don't
T-shirt.
besmirch the pole. Please don't touch the pole.
Don't besmirch.
That's the level 2. That's like Pokemon when it gets bigger. It's like our t-shirts evolve like Pokemon. Kids love our shirts.
Cigarette shirt. Kids love them.
Well, look, let's not dilly-dally and dance around a major handshake topic that just has to happen, and I feel like it does belong in segment 1, which is strength of grip. Because we all know, I think every human on Earth has experienced it who isn't one of the extremes. You've got your dead fish, and then you got your crusher.
Yeah.
I'm shaking their hand.
Well, in the boomer, when boomers evolved, as they were evolving, it became.
They started out as Charmanders, and then they became boomers.
Yeah, if that helps. If that helps you, sure. But it evolved in the boomer mind that when you squeeze hard enough during handshake, you impart the aspects of what they would characterize as your character and your upstandingness. It all transfers through the firm grip up through the arm and into the limbic system.
The gray mush.
The gray mush, the lawn mowing system of the boomer, the riding mower. It just it associates with that part of the boomer brain, and so that was a huge form of communication with them, is a firm handshake.
That they squeeze hard enough that it opens up their pores.
Yes.
And hard-working ethics and things like that seep out into
ethical. It's a body
ethical. It comes from the lawnmower system of the brain. The lawnmower system of the brain releases ethical via the pores of the palm when squeezing hard enough on something.
Yes.
And when my hand is now like this,
right,
it can receive the ethical.
Well, the thing is if your hand ends up like that, he gets the general signals up into his brain.
Is that like the car insurance?
Well, you know, it's like if you being like, you can't do a firm handshake, you're a fucking hippie.
It is that.
Yeah.
Beyond all of the science that we just laid on people, in layman's terms.
Yeah, I mean, I'm skipping over the biology, really, but, you know.
I think we definitely tackled it from a medical level.
Well, I also forgot to mention if a person is a forklift operator, operates a forklift, like they're licensed, that activates the forkolol hormone that comes up the arm and says, "Wow, this is a hard-working blue-collar guy just like me." And the handshake starts to vibrate. I don't know.
And it can they can lift you all the way up.
Yeah, yeah, and then when you
and your
reach
whole body just goes whoop, 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 whoop.
And then a beer appears in your hand and you both crack at the same time. Well, it releases the same boomer brain chemicals.
If the two boomers are generating equal amounts of ethical from the lawnmower system of the brain, then their hands will part and they will each be holding a brewski.
Yeah. And it'll pop at the same time.
Yeah. So, okay, I considered it to be a really asshole-ish status thing, but actually it's just they're trying to help me have a free brewski.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're... Yeah.
If I can hack it.
Well, if you can hack it, not if you get your hand crushed, then they're going to say, yeah, good to meet you. Good to meet you. Yeah. And then just, like, walk away. Yeah. And talk about how you're probably addicted to marijuana.
So then, okay, you've actually taught me a lot about the crusher. Let's talk dead fish, which is also feels like a status thing of like, I won't even deign you with anything.
So you feel kind of looked down on by the dead fish people.
Yeah, like they think shaking hands is hack.
Yeah, like, oh, I gotta shake your hand.
You even though just gave it too much. Like even just going like that that would at least show some amount of respect.
So, well, okay, is there a middle position to hold?
Middle ground is just
a...
It's just there. But it's simple. It's just I'm acknowledging that this is happening. Give a little thumb. Little thumb, I think, is the secret.
Yeah. Little thumb.
Little thumb. That's all it takes.
It felt normal.
It felt so normal. So if there's anybody out there who's limp dead fishing, just give a little thumb.
Can we get a little thumb?
Can we just get a little thumb?
At least?
Like that old Beatles tune. Can we just get a little thumb?
Another Beatles, another boomer. But hey, we need to do a whole episode on boomers.
And on the Beatles.
Even the Beatles. I mean, that's the same damn episode, really.
No. Because all of your great boomer content shouldn't be restricted to only boomers in general. The Beatles is its own.
Okay.
And I bet there's at least one Beatles song you like, but we'll get to that.
Sure, there is. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
We'll say that.
On the subject of firmness of handshake, I'm just going to read a quote from an etiquette guide from 1877, which references the Victorian shake, firm but not overly strong. Here's the quote. A gentleman who rudely presses the hand offered him in salutation, or too violently shakes it, ought never have the opportunity to repeat his offense again.
Wow.
Yeah, so they were suggesting crushers should...
Fuck off. Permanently.
Crushers fuck off. There's a t-shirt. Kids love it. Crushers fuck off.
Wow.
I would say that is almost certainly the episode title.
Also, I'll give that a ding.
Now, I think that was a fine segment one.
Well, not fine enough, I'm here to say. Because it's time for Leo Players.
Okay. Yeah, it is. And as much as I'd like to fuss and fit about it, I will reveal to the listeners and viewers that off pod, you and I struck a handshake deal that, since you were kind enough to allow the corrupted stamp to be extricated from Leia Playas into the Metaphiles canon at large, I consider it only fair that I am lifting my ban on Leia Playas for a couple of weeks.
What a guy.
I'm a hero. So, take it away.
Thanks, Zach. So, a better podcast. It would be called In Hindsight. That'd be the podcast title, In Hindsight. And the point of the podcast would be to go back and explore earlier periods of television and film.
About how good the butts were?
Yeah.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
And identify like starlets or like character actors that for the earlier periods exemplify more contemporary body image mores. And back then, girls, like 10 pounds overweight, it's like, oh, get her out of here, she's going to kill the whole movie. This is, kind of terrible. We're past that now. So in hindsight, let's go back and give those girls the due that they deserve.
You're kind of a hero yourself.
Thanks, Zach.
Can I make a pitch?
Sure.
I think you gotta get some male hinds in there as well. So it's gotta be like I'm blanking on
Ernest Borgnine?
well no, I like Well, who's a famous dame of the cinema?
Elizabeth Taylor?
Sure. Okay. So we're looking. All right. Cleopatra, starring Elizabeth Taylor, and also Clark Gable in To Kill a Mockingbird. And we're talking about both of their butts. Just so everybody can enjoy.
I guess so. I don't feel like it's talked about the same thing. I don't think there's been changing beauty standards regarding men's butts.
I don't know if we're capable of saying that for sure. Write into us, listeners.
Write in. Let us know what you think. Because that is an interesting question. About a great podcast that would be really great.
Yeah. Like, can Clark Gable's wagon
derriere wagon
hold up to The Rock's big old buns?
Or is it gone with the wind?
Frankly, my derriere, I don't give a damn.
Two in one segment. Well, I think that's kind of a weird way to take it, but I see what you're saying. But anyways, that's the pitch.
Sorry for being weird.
Sorry for being weird, t-shirt. This has been Layup Plays.
And we'll be right back.
Welcome back. Segment 2 of Metaphiles Handshakes episode. Handshakes around the world.
Yes.
How do they do it?
Well, handshakes around the world, but also handshakes that aren't handshakes. Such as the bump, the hug, the European mwah, mwah. Does that ever happen to you in real life?
No, it never has. Really?
Neither. Makes me feel like we're doing something wrong. That we're not meeting those kinds of people.
Maybe we have, but they just were like, I'm not kissing this guy. I choose not to believe that, but it's possible.
I also am going to scully that. I think our cheeks are very kissable.
Yeah.
But it does make me feel like we need to be going to more sort of soirees and debutante balls and galas.
I was at one last night. Soiree.
But no cheek kisses.
No.
So, more soirees.
The soirees will continue until I get kissed.
And then that's it.
I'm a ghost and you'll never see me.
You'll say, sorry, soirees. Of course, we've got the hat tip.
Oh. The fedora tip in some cases.
Certainly. I would say that's probably the most tipped hat. That or the
unfortunately
cowboy. Well, that's more of a...
Yeah. Sam, yeah. Sam, what's his vibe?
Elliot?
Sam Elliott. Yeah. Kind of his deal.
Pardon me, madam, I'm gonna tug my hat downward rather than lift it from my crown.
Just one thing, dude, you have to use so many curse words.
There is the namaste.
What culture uses that, like, that isn't hippies?
Well, hippies stole it as they did most of their aesthetic from Indian,
Eastern stuff, yeah.
Indian and Eastern.
Assholes.
Yeah, just hacks.
I want to be spiritual, but it can't be Christianity. It has to be different, okay? Hacks.
Hippie hacks. You got the bow, the non-namaste bow.
Yeah, that's like the opposite. The Japanese bow is like the opposite of namaste. Because namaste is like, you know, like chill, peace, like whatever the fuck it means. I'm proud of the fact that I don't know what it means.
Because it means you're not a hippie.
Yeah. And you know what? Don't even tell me.
Yeah. You know who else
Don't
co-opted
take this from me.
Namaste?
What?
Hippies did it, and then also actors and actresses, when they come out on a talk show, are always going to the live audience. And it's so...
Yeah.
Just wave, sit down, tell your story to Jimmy Kimmel, and get the fuck out of there. You're not doing anything that warrants this.
It's, yeah. They just got their heads up their asses.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, Hollywood. The buck stops here, Hollywood.
We're calling you out, Hollywood.
We're calling you out, Hollywood.
Sue us.
You got the salute.
Oh, I do that a lot.
I do too.
Yeah.
And is that, because I'm no military man, I ain't no governor's son, is that the equivalent of
Namaste.
am I a hippie / am I Hollywood by just going to somebody like...
Should we start doing the namaste?
I think, well, is there a way to do both? Could you go like... Oh,
Right.
you
Just
went
from-
start namaste, go salute.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Or
yeah.
double salute.
So, okay, go...
I think that'd go over well with people.
I think so.
Yeah, you
you
gotta
also
get on it.
got the old...
I do that sometimes.
I will do it if... I will do it sometimes, yeah.
Well, what I love is when somebody does it to me, because then they can... You do it to me.
Okay.
You act like you get shot.
But like really play it out.
Yeah, like really like...
And just like lay on the ground for like 10 minutes afterward. To the point where the
Like-
person has like gone and started other
Yeah.
conversations.
I saw him coming into the office building. Hey, what's up, man? Oh! They come back out 15 minutes later for coffee. I'm just laying there.
What did I do?
He's dying! Call
Somebody
911!
Call 911 and call the government to investigate these hands.
Ah, I'm an instrument of destruction. He was just joking.
And then you pop up.
wasn't
Then
really
you
dead.
pop up back up and be like,
Yeah, yeah. Then they do it back and I repeat the whole process. I miss going into the office. Anyways, which is...
doing that joke,
Oh, yeah.
taking your 10-minute naps. Because I imagine you're squeezing a nap in while you're down there.
He's napping! No! I got shot by
No.
finger guns and I'm doing a joke.
I'm snoring from blood loss.
Handshakes.
Handshakes. You've also got, you got that.
It's karate, right? Karate?
Why do you think karate people breathe so heavily?
Because they're tensing up for when they pop you in the
Mm.
fucking jaw. Oh.
The punch from nearby.
Bam, bam. This kind of reminds me of whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Also,
Helicopter episode. This is like helicopter rotors.
it is. We figured out
kinda
what
not
to do
worrying.
with it.
I'm gonna get it out of here.
Okay.
Honestly, it's a bit of an eyesore.
Are there others?
Hmm.
Well, we got your elbow
Elbow.
bump.
Yeah.
Also, there's another kind of handshake that we didn't do yet, which is
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's
That-
when you're like a soldier or some shit.
yeah. Or
You're
you.
just gonna be like,
Well, I was gonna say when you just killed Predator, but they were soldiers.
Well,
I
no.
have seen it.
no, yeah.
Yes, I have. They were soldiers.
No, because you know the handshake is this that
Oh.
they do. Then they flex.
Oh,
Woo!
That's another action guy handshake.
Well, that's from the movie.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
And it's not after they kill the predator. It's before.
I was using having just killed a predator as an example of things that people might have done who would be in the movie Predator.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I can't argue with that.
Then you've also got this one. These are handshakes that are handshakes. But you got this one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good handshake, really. You want to shake the hand, you want to make the hand understand. Hey. This is not just a shake.
It's not a shake, I mean it.
I mean it. Yeah.
Make your hand understand.
Yeah.
Very much a politician thing, though.
Oh, yeah.
Of like.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then there's one more politician handshake, which is this. The photo op.
Yeah. The lowest form of handshake.
The photo op.
The photo op.
Because
yeah.
you are feeling like if there's not a camera, those people are not shaking hands.
No, it's more like it's just completely perfunctory and you know, it's totally meaningless because you're just trying to make the photons reflect back in the way you want them to.
Yes.
Instead of just fucking shaking somebody's hand.
Yeah. You are not making the hand understand.
No.
You are posing for photons.
You're making love to the camera.
Yes. When you should be making love to the palms and fingers and thumb of your cohort.
And the constituents, your constituents who voted you into office in the first place as well.
Yeah.
Which maybe is why they're thinking of the camera more, because that represents the voters.
I will maybe cut this out, but I think there is a King of the Hill episode where Hank Hill really loves this one candidate and goes to like a political meet and greet and shakes the candidate's hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets that specific horrified Hank Hill look on his face, and he goes back home and he tells Peggy like, he didn't squeeze it at all. It was like I was holding a tuna. And he doesn't want to vote for the guy anymore because he's like
his boomer physiology
he did not receive any ethical from the lawnmower system of the brain. So could we get Mike Judge to animate this whole episode for us?
Ooh. It would certainly look better.
Okay. Between you and I,
Sure.
if we must decide who is Beavis and who is Butthead.
I would probably be Butthead. Even just the color of hair is like the only real thing. My hair is slightly brighter than yours. Slightly.
I would have almost said the opposite.
Really?
I think it's because
well, then I'm out of ideas.
you're looking at my hair being lit, and I'm
Right.
looking at your hair being lit.
And in Beavis and Butthead, both their hairs were lit.
Yeah.
I mean, I
don't know whether there's a good answer to it because it's sort of like
there's no answer.
Butthead's the alpha. Beavis is a little more beta. Beavis is a little bit more of a wild card. You would say of the two of them, low bar, that Butthead is a slightly more logical thinking one, right?
I would
Beavis
argue
is like
that.
a crazy tornado and is kind of the lackey to Butthead's ideas.
I guess so.
And I don't think either of us are each other's lackey or beta or that much of a wild card. We're both pretty predictable.
I'm not a lackey.
No.
I'm not a beta.
No.
I'm not a wild card.
No.
I'm a Hulkamaniac.
And I'm a real American.
Should write a song about it.
I am a Hulkamaniac. That's Adele doing it. Alright, so we are each of us a little bit of a Beavis and a little bit of a Butthead. Each of us in this life have a little Beavis and a little Butthead inside.
Self-help book. Handshakes.
Handshakes. Handshakes around the world.
What do you reckon would be the most abnormal handshake, we're talking strictly handshake. Not just a gesture greeting, but a handshake.
Mm-hmm. Well, how about this? How about if it is two people who both have your classic Captain Hook, and they just shake their hooks. They loop the hooks, and they shake them.
I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
It'd be cool.
Should we try to think of a good handshake?
A good handshake that's not
For
a
us?
handshake.
Well, just what would our handshake be?
We are the Metaphiles, so our handshake would need to be very meta.
Right.
So
we would have like cardboard cutouts of hands and like use those to shake hands into the back of our pocket.
good. And we are carrying them at all times in case we run into each other. I was going to say that it is that we say, I shake your hand. And then you say back to me.
I love that. That's perfect.
So,
I love that.
So let's do it. I shake your hand.
I shake your hand. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That's so stupid. I just can't wait to do that in front of people. And they're like, they're just like, that's the dumbest shit.
They're gonna be like, we don't want to hang out with you guys anymore.
Yeah. Check, please.
Your podcast has ruined you as people.
You're doing all this weird shit. You're wearing these weird T-shirts. What's a
You're-
fucking rust pole?
You're ordering
No.
cocktails that don't exist because you think 0010 would order them.
You bring your stupid RC helicopter.
You're just flying it around the bar.
Wow.
Yeah. You want to hear a couple handshaking world records?
Oh. Okay. Sure.
Are you a world records guy? Does that hold any interest to you?
No.
Oh.
No. I think effort specifically directed for prestige related to a recorded number is a sad way to focus one's energy in life. We're only here for so long. You know.
But what if...
Why do you want to eat 5,000 hot dogs in 5 fucking minutes?
What if this, Jack? What if there's an old man and he's on his deathbed and he's surrounded by his children and their children and they all love him so much, and the nurse says he's on his way now, but he wanted you all here to say his last words. Go ahead, sir. And he says, I pogo stick for 3 entire days. Look it up.
He's gone.
Now, has that man not lived a good life?
It was really sad when he died. I couldn't stop crying, but what a world record. Wow.
I've won so many bar bets based on you, Grandpap.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a good, instead of last words, when I die, just a handshake.
But to a person you didn't know that well. Like all your children and your children's children are there.
The nurse, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. You've been great.
Don't forget to check out Metaphiles.
Jason Michael Ford, 1987 to 3,500.
She's gotta listen to every episode at that point, right?
Yeah.
Because you're dying words to her.
Yeah.
Or him.
Listen to the Metaphiles.
It's like, oh, okay. Episode 1 names. Here I go.
Anything to sell the T-shirts.
Well, given your general ambivalence about world records, I'm still gonna read these ones.
Okay.
Because, you know.
I'll set the world record right now for tolerating something.
Previously on by me during Leia Playas.
Oh, good Guinness on the phone. All right.
In August of 1987, Stephen Potter from St. Albans
Good guy.
wins the
Went to high
world
school.
record
Mm.
You were in high school the year you were born.
Nah.
A wonderkind here. Mr. Potter shook...
She doesn't like me. I think it's because I'm a newborn baby. Anyway, sorry, guys. It's high school drama.
Oh. High School Baby.
That's a good movie.
TV show. I was going to say show.
Oh, well.
I think we get a whole series out of it. He's got baby problems and high school problems. That's more than a 2-hour event. He's like, oh, it's the prom, but also I'm teething. And that's mid-season.
Don't you hate this cafeteria food? You have to chew it? Ugh, I hate it.
Math
Why doesn't it
test?
taste like...
I don't even know how to take a shit yet.
Can I get a hall pass for the bathroom? You know what? Never mind. I'm jumping ahead. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Oh, High School Baby.
High school baby.
Mr. Potter.
Most likely to grow up. Alright, sorry, go ahead. I'm gonna give myself a
You,
one.
by absolutely.
Mr. Potter.
Mr. Potter
This guy.
shook 19,550 hands in one day at the St. Albans Carnival.
God.
Gotta be the most fun carnival there ever was.
Hey, did you shake that guy's hands yet? It's fucking great.
19,550 hands in one day. You'd have a bruise.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? Oh.
Because out of that nearly 20,000 people, how many were crushers?
At least 10,000. I would say. Well, okay, maybe 6,000, 7,000.
I think that's safe for that.
Crushers fuck off. You get away.
Crushers fuck off.
You should have got the t-shirt. That's, I mean, that's, as someone who has eaten 100 Checkers French fries, 19,000 is a pretty big number. Whether you're shaking it, eating it,
Licking it,
licking it,
smelling it, bopping it.
flying it up like a whirly bird. But yeah, I mean, that's impressive. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job wasting all that fucking time. in
Good
your
job,
life.
Stephen Potter from St. Albans. What's the full total of the current longest handshake in the world? It was done by 4 people, 2 duos, who began at the same time and split the record. I don't really know why that is what it is. But you had
Doubling their chances.
2 Nepalese brothers, a New Zealander, and a fellow whose country of origin I neglected to look up. They did this in Times Square.
Origin unknown. In Times Square, okay. Okay, off of that information, I got 2 Nepalese gentlemen in Times Square shaking hands for 28 hours.
Not a bad guess, but they did it for 33 hours and 3 minutes
In Times Square.
in Times Square, which begs so many questions, but we'll just start with the first one. You've gone 33 hours. Somebody for sure was like, 33 hours. Then you go 3 more minutes, and you're like, I'm done. What happened in those 3 minutes?
They must have been counting every fucking second.
Sure, but just
So you're
stop
saying-
at that nice... Oh, maybe they wanted
wanted to-
33.3.
Sure,
Maybe
maybe.
it's that. Maybe by 32 hours and 50 minutes, they were like, I kind of want to scratch my leg.
Yeah, yeah. With both
And
hands.
with both hands. But they were
Yeah.
like, no, take it to 33.3.
Damn impressive. Once again, a complete waste of time.
Absolutely. And further on that, the man whose country of origin I did not look up, his name is Alistair Galpin, who is a semi-professional world record breaker. Semi-professional. He also, puts a couple shifts in over at the Taco Bell. He currently holds 38. He is the second most recordnist man.
Rootness, tootness, recordness.
He is the rootnest, but not the tootness.
Oh,
Second behind Ashrita Furman of Brooklyn, New York, who has set, in his lifetime, still alive, has set 600 world records, currently still holds 531 of those.
Wow.
Now,
Have sex. You know?
Hey, you don't know that that's not one of them. He's got 600. Maybe 438 was fuck the most. You don't know.
Well, mad props to the guy. They said you have 437 world records. I'll fuck you right now. Must have been how he did it.
Okay, but can we do it for 33 hours and 3 minutes? Because
Little Times Square.
I'm going for 439, baby. So I feel like there's the potential for Alistair Galpin versus Ashrita Furman is its own episode, but you don't really like world records, so maybe not.
Yeah. I want to try for the world record of not setting any fucking world records, which would basically mean I live the longest without setting a world record.
But then you
which would technically mean I did the most not record setting of anybody in history.
But Jay, if you lived the longest,
yeah,
you would
that would be a record.
You would hold the record.
Well, not if somebody who lived longer than me set a record at some point.
Okay.
So I mean, can you like get on that? Just find out.
Can I try to live longer than you?
No, just find
that
out.
was already my plan. With you and everyone around. So
it's kind of selfish. World record for being the most selfish. Now I'm going to need you to find somebody who's the oldest who hasn't set a world record. Anyways.
Okay, folks. I forgot to set the timer, so I'm going to check how long I think we have been doing this.
Might be a record. Welcome back. Metaphiles Handshakes, segment 3. Why handshakes? Why do we do it?
Why do we do it? Why? Why is this?
It's not just because boomers?
No. No. The handshake is a prehistoric human behavior.
No way. How could they possibly know that?
I don't know.
Is there like a cave painting of two cavemen?
I don't know.
Well, list me as Scully. Skeptical.
Of course,
on.
there is the famous and seemingly true theory that this is so that we both can say, well, he doesn't have a weapon in his hand, and I don't have a weapon in my hand, and then we shake.
Yeah.
So that if I had a weapon here,
oh,
that's gone too. And you did not have you didn't have your gun because it's prehistoric. They didn't have those yet.
Well, I had the finger gun.
But would they have been doing that before?
I mean,
that
who
wouldn't
knows?
have meant anything.
If it did,
They would have finger clubbed each other, which would have just been go like,
yeah,
from across the room. Just,
oh, wow.
Yeah. It has been earliest depicted in the arts, 5th century BC in Greece, where there was kind of a whole fine art movement known as dexiosis of the depiction of the offering of the hand.
It was a whole genre of art. Wow.
Yeah. I would say like a subgenre. It was the hair metal of Greek art. It's not rock, it's not metal. It's hair metal.
Yeah.
Like,
With maybe
sculpted a guy, and also he's meeting a guy, and also they're going like this.
And then below that, And this guy is completely Italian, so just go with it and just follow the joke because it's still funny. You have Leonardo DiCaprio seeing some Chinese kids with a fucking helicopter stick and doing all the bullshit that he did just for attention.
Yeah. Leonardo.
He's down.
Leonardo Thirsty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we went
He's
backwards from Greek handshakes all the way down to that shit he was pulling.
Yeah. He's the Bon Jovi. Would that count as hair metal? No, right?
Well, no, I think you're right on with that. Because you got the good hair metal bands, all right, that were like from the 80s, right? And then Bon Jovi was just like this overproduced version.
Yeah.
That not unlike Leonardo the Thirsty, very overproduced. I don't know.
Leonardo Bon Thirsty.
Ba-dum-ba-dum. 006. Anyways.
Well,
It's surprising to hear that there was such a subgenre.
Yes, absolutely. Dexiosis.
It sounds like a hair metal band, by the way.
It does. We are Dexiosis. It has since recorded history. Also has served as a way to signify an oath or a promise or an alliance, a handshake deal. It became popular as a greeting in the 17th century due to Quakers. Just to make sure that nobody had any extra oatmeal stuffed up their sleeve. To go one level deeper.
Yeah.
Why handshakes? A place called the Wiseman Institute, who I feel like this will not be the last time we hear from them. I just have a feeling. Not in this episode, just in the lifespan of Metaphiles. I feel like the Wiseman Institute. I just get a feeling about it. I don't know. I can't explain.
You just got a feeling.
I got a feeling, and I'm not going to be a Scully about it.
Okay.
I think the Wiseman Institute has a lot for us.
I want to believe.
They did a study of something called chemosignaling, and their findings show that a handshake transfers a social chemical signature, i.e. ethical, from the lawnmower system of the brain, and that there appears to be a tendency, I'm a little iffy on this finding, but there appears to be a tendency to bring the shaken hand to the vicinity of the nose to catch the scent of whomever shook it. I have certainly never found that to be the case.
Let's try it out.
Okay, so, hey, how's it going? I'm Zach.
What's up, bro?
Hey.
I just got sick.
You're cool, dude. I can tell. You're a cool guy.
Wait. Hold on a second. You're Canadian.
Oh, but I'm not a podcaster.
All right.
So yeah, like,
All right.
We still want to be sniffing each other's butts like our dog ancestors did. I believe that we evolved from dogs. I don't know if I've ever talked about that on the show before. Some people say monkeys. No, we were dogs.
All the signs are there.
Yeah, I mean,
my dog likes pepperoni pizza.
Exactly. Look it up.
We evolved. It's like pepperoni pizza.
Yeah. Do your research, folks.
Connect the dots.
But, beyond a dog sniffing another dog, but all animals in the wild smell each other. That's how they...
Yeah, I mean, we do too, absolutely.
Yeah.
If I smell some motherfucker, it smells like potpourri. I'm like, this person has a family or some shit. They're not chill. They're not namaste. They're boomers, probably.
Yeah. And if I smell somebody who smells like an ashtray, like they've been smoking, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Let's hang out.
Yeah.
Let's go shake some bone.
Yeah.
So that's what the Wiseman Institute has to say.
What if you had a dog that smoked? Or that dipped. Yeah, it's my dog. He's a pug. He dips. It's got a hold on him. What else you got?
I mean, look, if I knew smoking wasn't bad for the dog, then of course that would look awesome.
Well, you know, if I was if a alien race came along and treated us like dogs, I wouldn't consider only holding me to my beneficial choices to be freedom for me. You know? But of course,
So you're saying
I would have no way to express my actual choices to the aliens. Because I'm evolved from a dog. According to Zach.
According to... Just think about it.
Think.
It's tough to say, like, how would I communicate my needs to an alien, because I feel like I would be in an environment that I wasn't previously on. A dog isn't used to being in a house, but it does know that outside is right there, and so it will scratch on a door to say, I want to be back out there, and then you know the dog wants to be outside.
It's the most basic level of communication possible.
Absolutely.
But it still works.
And think, again, what do we as people do? We scratch on the door.
to I don't know.
Why handshakes?
For whatever we want. For a Klondike bar.
Oh.
Aliens are like, oh, look what he's doing. He wants a Klondike bar.
I bet they got those.
He would do that for a Klondike bar?
That's what it's all been.
That's the answer to life.
All
What
these
would
probes
you do?
and abductions.
No, it's the answer to life in general. In the universe and on Earth. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
So if we ever did an episode, why life? Third segment is Klondike bar.
Yeah.
Good night.
Put it in our back pocket. Yeah.
Yeah. You want an example of why handshakes from the human realm? And this will be my last bit of notage.
What do you got?
This maybe should have been in segment 2, but it's okay. Richard C. Weaver is a person whose nickname is the Handshake Man. The reason Richard C. Weaver is known as the Handshake Man is that he has an incredible, nearly superhuman ability to sneak past members of the Secret Service and shake the hands of presidents.
How many times has he done that?
He has done it since Jimmy Carter was president, and I'm not sure if Jimmy Carter is included. 1892. He has done it to at least 4 presidents since Jimmy Carter, and I'm not sure if he also then did it to Jimmy Carter in 1892. He has been confirmed to have shaken the hands of George H.W. He did do it. He did kind of do it.
So senior H.W.
H.W.
Over here.
Clinton.
Coming at you.
And George Dubs.
Yeah, okay.
Since those 3,
wow,
he was put into Secret Service training documentation of being like, this is the kind of guy you need to be looking for.
Study him carefully.
He's walking right past you.
This motherfucker.
At least 4 times, probably more.
Yeah. Wow.
And for him, the reason why... Because so far that story's like, what a fun, cool guy, right? Like...
Well, that's a record I like. That's a good record, you know?
Good one.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But
until the why. He does it so that he can hand these presidents notes that he transcribed from God told him stuff.
Oh.
That he needs to give to the presidents. For example, he handed George Dubs an 8 page handwritten letter about invading Iraq.
You're shitting me. And what year?
Well, what do you... Take a guess.
We're senior.
No, George Dubs. Not H. Dubs. George Dubs.
So, 2000?
2001.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. So, Rich C. Weaver, the Handshake Man, nut job.
Well, it's a lesson in epistemology, the nature of knowledge. He was right. Invade Iraq.
He was right.
Well, that's what happened.
Oh.
Well, that's what happened.
It wasn't should we. It was just will we.
Sure. Either way. I'm just saying, like, isn't that interesting? Some fucking nut job. The President of the United States, they both come to the same conclusion. Let's invade Iraq. Invade Iraq. It's a hell of a record. One that I actually do like.
You do like it. Do you want it? Do you like Richard C. Weaver's record? Do you want to try and usurp it? Are you going to break your record of breaking no records in order to become Jason Ford, the new Handshake Man?
I don't have that. No. I don't have that kind of a motivation to do that. Nope. It's not bad record. It's not a bad record, but wouldn't be me. Wouldn't be me.
Wouldn't be. If you could shake any hand, living or dead, whose?
Jeez, I don't know, man. That's tough. Because a handshake doesn't mean very much. It's just a greeting. It's like...
It only means what you ascribe the meaning to. Why handshakes? Different for every person. Is it to get your...
Ethanol?
Ethical.
Yeah.
Out of your lawnmower system of your brain? Is it to prove I don't have a weapon? Is it to smell my hand after?
So there's many answers to why handshakes. Really?
Absolutely. But I feel like for you and I think we'll get down to the root of it if we can decide whose hand would be the optimum hand to shake. Can I tell you mine?
Yeah, please. That would help.
I want to shake the hand of the Guinness World Record holder, whose name I do not know, of the largest hand of all time. Just because my hands are not tiny, but they're small, and compared to that, I just want to see.
Or we could do the opposite. Do the person with the smallest hand.
Well, that would be High School Baby, whose hand I would love to shake, because he's going to be a big star.
High School Baby.
High School Baby. I just don't know if you're ready to get serious, High School Baby. Wah!
I just love the cafeteria food joke. Why is this not mushy and tastes like peas? This is the worst food ever.
I saw you spitting up onto Jennifer's shoulder, High School Baby. It's over between us.
I saw Ashley burping you. It's so weird.
She's my babysitter. What am I supposed to do about it? High School Baby is from Brooklyn now.
Yeah. This was born with 30 years of living in Brooklyn. Just born with it.
Yeah. You go smallest ever, and I'll go biggest ever, and then we can come back together.
No.
and can pool our findings, and we will have done.
Ooh, I got
intel. Okay.
I got the best one.
Okay.
Myself. Shake hands with myself.
Oh, which
just see what that's like.
That's the one thing as humans that we could never do.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Jason? Hey, what's up, dude?
That doesn't work.
Oh, don't work.
Can never shake hands with yourself.
Yo, what's up, bro?
I think it's a great answer that if you could have any hand.
It would
You're
be a little bizarre.
Yeah,
really.
It speaks to our mutual narcissism in a way, but it is also the one thing we can never do as humans. By the way,
It'd just be weird as hell.
I'm sorry that I'm harping on this, but do you know the one other creature on Earth other than humans that can shake hands? Do I even have to say it?
Chimps.
Dogs!
What are you talking about?
Dogs! Shake hands.
Shake hands. Oh.
They put it right up. Because they know. Because we know what they know, and they know what we know.
I mean, honestly, it's hard to... Like, I'm trying to poke holes in this whole we evolved from dogs theory. It's kind of hard.
Well, we've reached the end.
Want to go outside? Want to go outside? Yeah.
We've reached the end, and I think
I think that's pretty much everything there is to know about handshakes.
Yeah. We figured out who, what, where, why handshakes. Well, the one thing that we are missing before we say our new sign-off.
The ending to the Bond film?
Exactly. And I feel like every Bond film ends with there will be another Bond film. So we need a big cliffhanger that has to do with handshakes. But we know what we're going to be seeing old 0010 again. So
007. Congratulations on saving the Queen.
Thanks.
And making it known, the global conspiracy that we were evolved from dogs.
Fuck yeah.
Bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, bum, bum. Wait, that's the Olympics.
This rules. I can't believe I won the Olympic medal also.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da.
The fist from nearby. Credits. You thought you'd escaped it, but you can't.
What a great movie.
So great. I can't wait to see what Bond does next week on Metaphiles episode 9. 009.
No, it's Bond canon that we evolved from dogs.
Mm-hmm. And his greatest villain, arguably of all time, was a guy who held a cat on his lap.
Diabolical.
Well,
Cheese whiz, shaken, not stirred.
water in a bowl.
In a bowl. Bone.
A bowl.
A bone dry. You've had enough.
Kibble. Hold the bits.
Maybe this episode sucked.
No, we don't say that anymore.
Oh.
We don't say that anymore. This episode didn't suck. It's so obvious.
I'm sorry. This is the part of the sign-off that I say.
And this is the part of the sign-off that I say.
Metaphiles.
Hey, this is Zach Caffrey.
This is Jason Ford.
And we're the hosts of Metaphiles, the podcast that you just finished watching and technically are still watching. And while you're here, if you could, just go ahead and like this episode, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you're so inclined. Maybe the comment could be about, and then it'll say whatever the topic was that week. So that.
Metaphiles.